These explorers dared to venture into this creepy abandoned cabin. This cabin stands alone in front of a nondescript desert ridge, its shattered windows acting as portals to unspoken horrors. It looks like something straight from a horror movie, what with all the broken glass and decaying wood. For most of us, the sight of a scary abandoned cabin is enough to conjure images of chainsaw-wielding maniacs intent on hunting down anyone foolish enough to cross their path. While visiting an undisclosed location, the explorer happened upon this creepy wooden house. For some strange reason it had been left totally abandoned. Backed by a ridge that sloped down into a canyon, the house, it seemed, had been empty for quite some time. As N3WB and Co. approached the eerie property, they felt as though someone, or something, was watching them. Despite the cabin's dilapidated appearance, the broken windows were the only obvious sign of vandalism. Was there something about the house that had scared its inhabitants away? Entering through the front door, the first thing the amateur adventurers noticed was the fireplace. Somebody had lit it despite the flue being blocked, which meant the red bricks surrounding it had blackened. Things were already getting spooky, with N3WB claiming to have felt a presence in the house. Whatever it was, it apparently wasn't keen on being disturbed by uninvited guests. Next came the kitchen, where cupboard doors and drawers had been left partially open. Had they been rifled through and left in a hurry? And what was that pot doing there, looking like it was ready to be used? When they looked a little closer, the explorers found further signs of domestic life. One unit, divided into 3 sections, resembled something of an aged man drawer. In the bedroom, meanwhile, 2 old mattresses looked pretty worse for wear. The bedding that had once been attached to them, it seemed, had long been seized by rodents. Elsewhere were several unusual holes in the walls. N3WB couldn't find an explanation as to what, if anything, they were used for. Things then started to get really scary. There appeared to be gunshots in the bathroom, while a deceased bird could be seen suspended from the ceiling on a wire. The friends decided to head upstairs after hearing something that sounded like it was moving. While they didn't locate its source, they did find more signs of gunfire in an eerie attic space. Back downstairs, N3WB noticed that the floor below sounded hollow. On looking down, the explorer noticed a handle to a trapdoor, not something you necessarily want to find in a creepy abandoned house. On plucking up the courage to prise it open, N3WB was suddenly interrupted, and not by the creaking wood. Something had apparently brushed behind the intruder, while a slam could be heard upstairs. Despite feeling as if something in the house wanted them to leave, the friends decided to descend into the dingy cellar. Curiosity, it seemed, had got the better of them. They didn't, though, have a torch. When they arrived, the only thing they noticed was how damp the air was, which resulted in a few coughs. With the help of a camera flash, the explorers were able to make out shelves and an old ladder, both of which were covered with a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Above them, thousands more webs hung ominously from the rafters. Nobody, clearly, had disturbed this place in a very long time. The house's creepiest element, though, was left till last. There, waiting in the corner, was the building's final secret, an abandoned child's seat.